In my Character Animation 2 class, I was given a cave troll character that I needed to create some new facial expressions for. And so in Maya, I created some blend shapes, which are basically copies or duplicates of a character or a character's body part that has been reshaped or resculpted to create a new position or a new expression. And then whenever I needed that new expression or that new position, I would simply substitute it in for the real character. And sometime after that, I was watching a YouTube video, and it was some behind-the-scenes footage for the movie The Hobbit. And what they were working on specifically was the creation of one of the characters in the movie. And what I saw was the animators were using the same blend shape techniques in Maya that I was using for my cave troll. And I thought, hey, that is really cool, how the techniques that I'm using and the techniques that the professionals are using in the industry are exactly the same. I thought it was really cool how the things that I am learning are actually being used in the industry in the exact same way. And Maya is such an important tool, and it's such an important program in the game and film industry. Now, some of you guys watching, you might be students or employees of the game and film industry, so you may already have some experience with Maya, or you will have some experience with Maya. And if you're not students or employees of the game and film industry and you're watching this, I'm sure you have seen movies or have played some video games that are products of Maya or that Maya was used to create those games or those movies. Now, I've been a computer animation student at Full Sail for about 2 years now, and almost every single class that I have taken has involved Maya in one way or another. Excuse me. Now, in this discussion, we're going to talk about some of the things that Maya can do, some of the things that can be done in Maya. We're going to follow that up with an example of Maya being used in the industry. We're going to look at a film that was made largely by using Maya. And then we're going to look at some ways that students right now of the industry and students in the past in the industry have created projects and have learned techniques that are being used directly in the exact same way as the professionals in the industry. So Maya is such a versatile program. There's so many things that Maya can do. For example, you can take a picture or a blueprint or a schematic of some kind, and you can use that as reference, and you can build a 3D model based on those pictures or the blueprints or the schematics. You can build anything you want to. You can build objects, props, characters. You can build environments. Okay. You can also do skeletal rigging. You can do character rigging, and basically what that is taking those objects, those props, and those characters, and giving them a skeletal structure that allows them to be manipulated or moved. So, for example, that hand that you created, you can build a skeletal structure for that, and then the animator can then take that and use those controls and actually move the hand. And animation, that's another thing that you can do inside of Maya. You can take that prop or that character that has been rigged with that skeletal structure, and you can move it around in your scene. You can animate your characters and animate your props within the scene. You can also do shading and lighting, because all of those props and all of those characters and your environment, it all needs colors and textures, and the scene needs to be lit. There's so many things that you can do, and I've just barely touched on the things that Maya is capable of. If I were to sit here and go through everything that Maya can do, we'd be here for a very long time. Now, in the book Mastering Autodesk Maya 2011, it talks about the things that I mentioned as well as other things that Maya is capable of doing. It goes a little bit more in depth on those, and it will also tell you how to do those things in Maya as well. It'll go through kind of step-by-step instructions on those things. Now, many, if not all, companies use Maya. Okay, it's very widely used, and I was recently reading an article by digital animator and journalist Martin McEachern, and he writes for Computer Graphics World, and he wrote about the movie Ice Age: The Meltdown and the role that Maya played in creating that movie. Now, Ice Age: The Meltdown was created in 2006 by 20th Century Fox Animations and Blue Sky Studios. And at that time, when that movie was being made, there was a newer version of Maya out. The technology was better, so the animators decided to completely remake all of the characters for the movie. They had all the characters from the first Ice Age movie, but given this new technology and the new techniques that they had, the new tools that were made available by Maya, they decided to completely remake the characters, give them new rigs with over 800 controls, But the coolest thing was Maya had this new volumetric fur tool that allowed the animators to create more complex, more realistic fur systems for their characters. So for example, in a scene where the wind was blowing, this new volumetric fur tool allowed the fur to react more realistically with the air that was blowing. Or if one of the characters was submerged in water, or it was raining in the scene, the fur would react more realistically with the water that was in the scene. So Maya played a huge role in the making of that movie. Now, Maya is such an important program for students to learn because it is so widely used, because it has so many different applications. In projects that I've created as a computer animation student, and many students at Full Sail and other universities that are teaching game and film industry programs, we have already been creating projects in the exact same way that they're being created in the actual industry. And there was a Full Sail alumni. His name is Chance Glasgow, and he graduated in 2001 from the computer animation degree program, the same program that I am currently in. And he learned how to use Maya when he was at Full Sail, and he was using the same techniques that were being used in the industry back in his time. And he not only graduated and went on to work in the industry, not only did he do that, but he was one of the founding members of the game studio Infinity Ward, which was responsible for one of the most popular and most successful game franchises in the whole world, Call of Duty. Now, as an industry standard, Maya is so vital for students to learn because it is just such an invaluable tool in the game and film industry. No matter where you go, no matter what company you work for, no matter what project you're working on, you're going to encounter Maya in one way or another. It is one of the most important 3D software programs out there. Now, when you graduate from your degree program, you students out there watching this, when you graduate from your degree program and you master Maya, it's going to be your work. It's going to be your footage that's in those behind-the-scenes videos. It's going to be your techniques that are inspiring people to not only use Maya, but to go into the game industry and into the film industry and really learn these same techniques. So it is going to be you that we're all watching on YouTube next time. Thank you.